May the Force be with you. Always. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between and neither. Today I want to talk about Star Wars. So, happy belated Star Wars Day. Why is this video appearing today and not on May the 4th as it should have been? Well, the answer to the question is easy. First of all, it's the weekend. That's my schedule. And second of all, this weekend is Mother's Day. And my mom actually introduced me to Star Wars. I'm gonna get to that point a little bit later in the video. And before I get started, feel free to follow me on my social media on Instagram and Twitter at CommanderNici, just like my channel name. So go check those out, follow me there, add me. Now let's get into the video. And I can't even tell you how old I was when my mom introduced me to Star Wars. I just know that Star Wars has been a pretty huge part for most of my life, so it must have been some time. And I think it's actually hilarious that my mom introduced me to Star Wars, since Star Wars, along with many other fandoms, is seemingly a pretty male-dominated one, and me being a woman and my mom being a woman having introduced me to Star Wars, that's kind of hilarious, actually, if you look at the grand scheme of things. So yeah, that's really the reason why I'm doing this video right now on this weekend. And yeah, so I want to talk about what Star Wars means to me and all kind of general thoughts on it. So yeah, I really like Star Wars. I'm like not super deep into it, like I just know the movies and the one or two video games of it out there. I especially love the Lego video games of it. They are hilarious. The Lego humor is brilliant. There need to be like 10,000 more games in the Lego style. So yes, please. I can't wait for the whole cinematic universe Lego game to finally release. But sadly that got like pushed back to an unknown date later. It should have been out by now, but it sadly isn't. And yeah, so I really like Star Wars. I enjoyed pretty much all the movies. I haven't watched Solo yet. I'm kind of afraid about watching it because I have a weakness for robots and AI and stuff, and them having like feelings, and that stuff gets me pretty sad. And I watched a great video essay on the tragedy of Andor, I think it's of robots. It was called something along the lines of the tragedy of robots in Star Wars, and it's such a good video essay, and it made me cry so much because I love when robot-like characters got character. Like, some of them have more character than actual humanoids, so I don't know if that's good or bad. I just enjoy when robots have like real character to them, and that's also why I, for example, in Mass Effect enjoy Edie and Legion so much. And yeah, so it's sci-fi. I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is so cool. Space is amazing. I really hope that within my lifetime we'll reach a point in time and technology that civilian space travel will be a possibility. And it might be soon, like in 1 or 2 years, but that's only a possibility for like billionaires or millionaires. I don't know. But what I want to see is affordable space vacation. Like, that's something I want to see and experience within my lifetime. So yes, I want to go to space. Please! And so yeah, space is amazing, and also Star Wars. Star Wars is one of those classic hero journeys, like with the main character, and then there's like this guidance character that introduces them to the world, and then they get like in struggle, and then there's the peak point and some low point, and then the whole turnaround and until the final chapter and the big celebration. Like, that's Star Wars, that's Harry Potter, that's Lord of the Rings, and this classic hero journey story construct is something that I really like and enjoy, even though it's like everywhere. Otherwise it wouldn't be like a big concept to be called something that you can pinpoint. But I enjoy such things, and I think it's not a bad thing to have repeating patterns in media everywhere, because it gives some kind of security that no matter where you go, you have something that you already kind of know, and you know, no matter how dark the story seems at times, and maybe it looks like the baddies are winning, but the heroes will push through and save the day in the end. And that's something that I always enjoy in Star Wars, is really that, like, the heroes win, and that's something that gives me just hope, and with all the special effects and explosions and the whole cinematography, it's great, and I enjoy watching it so much. I just recently, on this May the 4th, watched The Rise of Skywalker for the first time. Yes, a bad Star Wars fan here. I didn't watch it on release day in the cinema, and I refused to watch it for so long because of one certain scene that I got spoiled, because I wasn't happy with it, but in the end it turned out not being as bad as I thought. I'm still not happy with it. It's the Reylo kiss. I'm sorry. Not a huge fan. I just can't help it. I wasn't happy with it, and because of that I kinda put off watching a movie for really some time. But yeah, so that's that. Now to some parts that I'm kinda unhappy with, because that's something that needs to be talked about too, I guess, because everything that you enjoy, you should be able to look a little critical about. So let's get into that now. So can we take a moment and talk about the marketing and the toys? Because that really has me worried. Because if you look at, well, let's compare Wolfenstein and Star Wars. And you look at the guys with the red, black and white color scheme. You know who the baddies are. And there's the flaw in that. Because most Star Wars toys, at least the ones that I've seen in shelves, well, I mean, I have plenty of non-dark side toys here, but they were pretty hard to spot. Between all the Kylo Ren masks, and all the Vader masks, and all the Stormtrooper helmets, and all the red lightsabers. I know there's other lightsabers out there, but most of them are the red ones. And you have all those toys that are kinda more or less marketed towards the dark side. And that's bad, in my opinion. Like, those are not the heroes. And especially since that stuff is marketed towards kids. Even more so since Disney bought Star Wars. Shouldn't we be focusing more on the heroes? Like, where's my cutesy Finn jacket that he got from Poe? Or where's the stuff from scrap that Rey has in the beginning of the movies? Where is Poe's helmet? I know there's Poe's helmet out there, but it's harder to get by. You have to go like online and look for it there. A Kylo Ren mask you can get in every store that has Star Wars toys on shelf. But Poe's helmet, that's harder to get by. Or even Rey's helmet that she has in the beginning of the first movie of the new trilogy. And that's something that I really don't like, how that stuff is kind of marketed towards the bad guys. And yes, often the bad guys are cool. And that's a problem. Why are the bad guys cool and the good guys just regular and boring? Like, that's the wrong picture we're making here. The good guys should be the cool ones, and the bad guys should be the boring ones. The ones that aren't interesting. Maybe even aesthetically unpleasing to look at. Like, why don't they have kind of shitty clothes and stuff? Why do they have to look like all suited up and in uniform and all clean and neat and cool? And then we have like our good guys and oh. What do we have there? I like our good guys of the new trilogy. I like the good guys of the original trilogy. I like the good guys of the prequel trilogy. But they are all kinda normal. Maybe that's something that should be a good point, because if they seem normal, maybe a normal person like me can be the hero too. But tell that to a kid that just sees the bad guy toys on the shelf. That's the problem, in my opinion. What's also a problem, in my opinion, is all those gatekeeping fans out there. I've said it in a video before, you don't need to watch every bit of media out there from a certain fandom to call yourself a fan, but there's just some people that are really weird about the extended universe and stuff, and they say, oh, the new trilogy ruins the extended universe, and oh my god, and what happened there, and what's this and that, and I mean, it's cool if those people enjoy the extended universe. Good for them. But don't shit on the fans that just watch the movies that come out and maybe play the video games and watch the odd show here and there that's out there on Star Wars. Let those people have their fun. Not everyone has the time, money, or energy to invest so much time in the fandom to suck up every little information that is out there. I don't know the name of Chewbacca's dad, and I don't care. That's some information that's not really important to me. What's important to me is that Rey is really cool, and that Finn is a precious bean, and Poe is just super cool too. And that Leia and Han's romance is really cute, and I love it, and the Millennium Falcon is such an iconic ship, and that R2-D2 is a cutie, so is BB-8, and Dio is really cute too. There should have been more of him, and like, the fandom should be just enjoying this stuff, no matter how much you've consumed of the media, in my opinion. And like, those are some kind of problems I have with Star Wars. Like, there's too much toys marketed towards the bad guys. Some fans, but you have that in every fandom, are really toxic and will judge you if you don't look at all the media that's out there. And also, let's talk about Kylo Ren for a second, because that redemption arc was way too short in my opinion, and therefore not really deserved. I'm sorry, I said it. Mark it down as an unpopular opinion. Please don't at me. I don't have the time and energy to deal with any hate towards anything that I've said in this video. I'm gonna think for a bit and do a roundup of thoughts, so stay tuned for a sec until I come back. Look at me complaining about the bad guy marketing and wearing a bounty hunter shirt the next second. But hey, bounty hunters are a whole kinda other story. I mean, The Mandalorian is a great show, and our good Boba Fett is kind of a same breed. So, I don't know what to do with that. All I know is I enjoy Star Wars a lot. I like sci-fi, I like the characters in Star Wars, I like the robots. Space is amazing, and the soundtrack? John Williams? Hell yeah. And even though there's like some bad stuff out there with the bad guy marketing on the toys and some toxic fans that you have in every fandom, but there's block buttons and unfollow buttons and unsubscribe buttons and all kind of tools that the internet has to avoid those fans and I'm almost glad that I'm not as deep into Star Wars, so I haven't encountered many of them except in other discussions about those fans. So yeah, I'll keep going and I will enjoy Star Wars in my own pace, in my own way. I'm currently watching the Clone Wars animated series and the Bad Batch as episodes are coming out. And so far I've been really enjoying them and I'm gonna keep watching. I can't wait to see what the future of Star Wars holds. Will there be another movie trilogy? New standalone movies? New shows? New games? Give us the Force Unleashed 2. More Star Wars games. Do a remake of Pod Racer. Please. I just want more Star Wars in my life. I'm gonna keep working on that. So, I'll be off now watching more the Clone Wars of the animated series. Comment down below, what do you love most about Star Wars? Leave a like if you enjoyed this really messy video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until I figured out what I can upload next, watch my other stuff. And don't forget to follow me on my social media on Instagram and Twitter at CommanderNici, just like my channel name. Bye.